2,
Season
episode 2.
Episode 2. And we're back with more album recommendations.
Yep.
Oh, man.
We're doing it again.
We're doing it again. Mama, go get us some Tostino's pizza rolls. We're doing it again.
I don't know what that means. Anyway, In Groove is a music podcast show. It's the show you're listening to, so you should know a little bit about it. We're a music podcast show dedicated to discussions of all things music, everything from the bestsellers to the unknowns and everything in between.
Yeah.
Which includes things like the Black Keys, Kate Bush, Slaughterhouse, Toots and the Maytals, The Firm, Hozier. Those are a few examples of things that we might talk about on shows like this, on this music podcast show that focuses on discussions of music, everything from the bestsellers to the unknowns and everything in between.
That's really weird. Those are the people we're talking about today.
Is that what we're talking about today?
Dan?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So this is another album recommendation show. Well, first let us introduce who we are. I'm joined by my co-host, Ben E. King.
Hi, Mom.
And Dan G. Griff.
Yo.
And I'm your host, Jarrod White, as always.
Yes.
Horribly predictable. But nonetheless, we are doing another album recommendation show. How this works, it's a great fun format. I recommend playing this with friends. You can force them to listen to bad things if you're cruel, or good things if you're a sensible human being, as we usually are. I always recommend good albums. We'll see if
I think
if that's how it worked out this week.
Yeah, let's play. We gotta find out.
What happens is each of us recommends an album to each of the others. So each of us picks 2 albums, one for each other person.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone gets 2 albums to listen to, and we have 6 records to talk about today.
Indeed.
6 records.
Six
Indeed.
records. 6 long
LPs.
players.
Available on 8-track and cassette.
And let's see, we have some
different speeds.
We have some new stuff. We have some old stuff. We have some pop stuff. We have some
Reggae
not so
stuff.
pop stuff.
Yeah.
We have some
Reggae.
we'll see what we get to. But we're gonna kick it off with my friend Dan G. E. Griff. And his record from Ben E. King.
Yes. So Benny King recommended me Brothers by the Black Keys. This album came out in 2010.
How is your brother?
He's good. I saw him the other day.
I haven't seen him in a while.
My brother Cristobal.
Cristobal G. Griff.
Yes.
Cristobal.
Okay, Ben.
Ask him how Mr.
Yo.
Bobadino, no, Mr. Dabadina's doing, eh?
So. This is a silly episode.
Yeah, we're very silly. Okay, so Ben.
Let's be serious, guys. The Black Keys.
What I'm gonna say is super
Formed
serial.
in the year.
I'm gonna be very.
Number 9.
Alright. I'm gonna be super thorough with this.
All
You
right.
can't be super serial while you're talking like that.
What did you
super
think?
thorough. I thought it was very bland.
Ah, God. Really?
Yeah, I wasn't a fan. All of their
Fine.
songs sound the same, and I liked the last song a lot. These Days.
That one's...
That's a good one.
That was
Is it?
weird.
It's not that these.
No,
days,
it's not
is
the
it?
These Days that
These days.
by Nico. Doesn't she do a version of it? And Jackson
Well,
Brown. does a
Nico
version.
was the original version. It's
Yeah.
written by Jackson Brown.
Yeah. Yeah.
But weird story, like when they were recording that album, I guess the night before they went in to go record These Days, they called up the producer incredibly drunk, and they got the crazy instrument that they have. They're like, we need that in the studio tomorrow. Okay, bad story.
It's
I
alright.
can tell it at parties.
It
Yeah.
wasn't weird,
But
I don't know. I
as
just
promised.
I just wasn't. I don't know.
why bland?
Well, first off, Ben, all of the songs sounded very similar
There's
to the
15
previous.
songs on this record.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are.
And, like, I would say 12 of them sound alike.
Oh.
Why are there 15 songs on a rock and roll record?
Because they had a lot of stuff laying around.
15 songs in a rock
Who
and
are they?
roll record.
Springsteen?
Yeah, well,
know.
it's like an hour. Like Brothers is like an hour long.
Yeah.
But all right. Well, I don't find it bland. I recommended it because I really enjoy the Black Keys' sound. I think it's, I love their guitar playing from the Dan Auerbach and everything.
That's all right.
Yeah. You okay? It's all right.
I'm sorry. I'm
No. It's
just-
okay.
It's
It's
all right.
okay. It's okay.
It's all right.
I thought this one would be like it's either definitely a hit or a miss, and I apparently got a miss.
Not a huge miss. I've heard worse, but it's not spectacular. I would give it another chance, though.
Okay.
I'll give anything another chance.
And I know we were talking about this the other day with his vocals, the forcing that falsetto and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Does he do that on this record?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He really does it on the first song on there. Let me be your
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Right.
he really pulls it out. I'm just like, I like it. I don't know. It's just like it's just a
I hear
personal
ya.
taste. of mine.
Everyone has their own personal.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I would give it a 2.5 out of 5.
Yeah, I give this.
Ben, you changed your mind as to which Black Keys album you were going to recommend Dan about like 4 times.
Yeah, I know.
What was the issue?
'Cause
and
Jarrod-
apparently you failed.
Yeah. Well, here. Well, what's it
Well,
called? We started
maybe you
with
couldn't have
Turn Blue.
succeeded. Maybe all their records are bad.
Yeah. Well, I like.
I mean, that's what
like
I'm
'em.
thinking.
Yeah. Well, I like him. I started with Turn Blue, but then I gave you Uriah Heep, which is fine because Uriah Heep's is.
Well, at one point
way
you
better.
recommended Turn Blue to me.
That was.
But then
you
you
did.
changed
That
your
wasn't.
mind.
Wait, that wasn't for the podcast. That
No,
was when we
but-
were doing like the right, which we never did. At least I never saw it.
The what?
Ha! Anyway,
blog thing. Okay,
yeah, and I
so-
listen to Turn Blue, and it's boring as shit.
So, well, I like it. It relaxes me. I really like it. I like all this. I like what I hear on
Hey,
there.
you know.
And
It
then,
relaxes me. It's the kind of thing you can listen to, and you sort of forget it's on, and you just sort of can sleep.
Well,
It's okay.
and yeah, then I gave you a Rubber Factory. Then I was just like, wait, this is my favorite. Sorry, I've listened.
If I
to
give
like,
that a chance, maybe, but
Wait, Rubber Factory is your favorite?
we listen.
no, Brothers is my favorite.
Oh, Brothers.
We
I was
lis-
going to say, why would you change your opinion, your recommendation from your favorite to not your favorite?
No, but Brothers is my favorite.
What was the one we were listening to?
We listened to Thick Freakness because I was trying desperately to prove to myself that they were more than just a one-trick pony.
I think they're more than a one-trick pony. I really like their sound, their tone. I dig that.
It's okay.
Right
you know.
now. Oh no, it's whatever. If you don't dig it, you don't
Hey,
diggity dog.
We all have stuff we like that the others don't like.
I feel you.
But yeah,
So it's
2.5 out of 5.
2.5.
I liked that last song. That was good.
Which is weird because that's like one of my least favorite, but that's okay.
Yeah.
But no, I give this a solid 4, maybe a 4.5. I don't know. I like these guys a lot. I saw them live a few months ago, and they were pretty good live. I don't know why they would do the Garden, but that's beside the point. All right, well, I hope I get
But
you.
who knows? Maybe you guys out there would like it.
Yeah.
They're
Especially
a very successful band.
Yeah, they are. If you're
So.
into like the rock that's coming out recently, you might enjoy the Black Keys sound. Hopefully, I get you next episode, Dan.
I think you will. I have faith.
Next episode, Rubber Factory.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
You'll like that one.
Shove it down his
Just
throat.
don't recommend me the Foo Fighters, for the love of God.
Oh, okay. No, I was never planning on doing that. Real quick, you should listen to off their first album. She Says, it's the Beatles song. They cover it. It's okay.
She says.
Yeah.
Do you mean she said? She said?
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
Might be
Oh, that's cool.
pretty good cover. But I digress. We move on to the next recommendations.
Yes. Who's
Wow,
next? Is this
geez.
you?
We're moving along to Ben with his recommendation from me,
Oh shit.
which was the Black Keys.
All of our recommendations were the Black
I
Keys.
also
Spoiler!
recommended Brothers.
Oh God, and I got sisters, and then we tip over the guitar so
All
you
right,
hear
that's it.
kerplunk.
Anyway, we're skipping Ben. He lost his chance. I got
All right, so I got recommended.
Wait again.
Huh? Well, I got recommended one hell of an album. We got
I like the emphasis on the H.
no because this really is
I've never heard of that group.
because this
One
really
hell of
is
an
one
album.
hell of an album. This is Kate Bush's Hounds of Love. I don't know why I took so long to listen to something by her, but my God,
Because you've been too busy listening to the Black Keys.
Yeah, I know. Well, I woke up this morning.
It's a problem. You know, we weren't even supposed to do the podcast today. This is an intervention.
Why would you record the intervention?
This camera's not even running. This microphone is not on.
These people out here care about you and your Black Keys obsession.
Leave a comment in the
Rubber
comment
Factory
section.
is not a good name for an album. It's not funny. It's not a good pun.
God, I forgot why they named it that too. I read about it. Anyways.
'Cause condoms?
That wasn't even the point. So, let's get into this. Now, for those of you who don't know Jarrod very well, Hounds of Love is like Jarrod's one of his super duper favorites. And I fucking love this album. Like, I can't kind of put it into any other words. Like, that was absolutely amazing. My favorite, I think my favorite part of the whole album is the percussion section. The percussion, and when you get the different strings coming in, too, at some points in there. I thought everything just worked so well. Like, the percussion weren't overbearing. Her lyrics were spot on. Everything was just spot on. She nailed it with this album. This album is amazing, but it's when you come in with a Deal with God, that was one hell of a opening track. That might be one of my favorites. I think my favorite actually is Waking the Witch.
Waking the Witch is something special.
Yeah, that is very special. That and Hello Earth.
Yes.
Hello Earth is it's amazing.
Well, that whole second side is all sort of one piece. The ninth wave. It all fits together.
Mm-hmm. The ninth wave and the first one is just Hounds of Love. Yep. But no, this was a very, very dynamic album. I don't know, I kind of just, as soon as it was done, I kind of sat back and just, it's one of those albums I just let it sink in right after I was done with it, just because I just heard so much in all of 47 minutes. It was amazing.
Yeah.
I love this album.
It's interesting that as a first-time listener to Kate Bush, you bring up the percussion, because I'm a long-time Kate Bush listener, and Kate Bush's music is pretty much, next to John Coltrane, my favorite music, ever. And the percussion is always an interesting thing to me, because the way, not only the way the arrangements of Kate Bush's pieces have progressed through the years from her first record onto, like, Hounds of Love, which is the peak of her.
Yeah, I figured that would be.
Along with the two records that preceded it, which are also amazing. Mm-hmm. Her first record is really good, but the percussion on it does not work. It just fundamentally doesn't work. And it doesn't sabotage the songs, because they're pretty much... The main focus of that record is Kate Bush herself, her voice... Yeah. The way she tells the stories, the songwriting, the melodies are so strong. But it's a session band for the most part.
Yeah.
On the first record, she didn't produce it herself, and it's a late 70s production trying to fit into the same shoebox as Kate Bush when she doesn't fit into that shoebox. Mm-hmm. And her way of telling stories and crafting songs is so unorthodox that the percussion sounds like it's lost in this sort of hazy, reconstructed version of pop music. Mm-hmm. And the drums are just too, stiff, and it doesn't fit. It doesn't really detract from the record, but and as it goes on, the record before Hounds of Love, The Dreaming, mm-hmm. there's very little percussion at all through certain sections of it, and the percussion that is there is very almost skeletal, very minimal, and unorthodox as well. It's not drum sets. It's
does it work though?
It works fantastically for that record, and then on this one, to open it up with that swelling synthesizer and that catapults this record into existence.
Yeah,
And
I think it just integrated with her voice really well. I thought just like they were kind of working off of each other. They flowed really well with each other.
Yeah, the pound, especially on the A side, because the B side, Ninth Wave, is something different. But on the A side, Hounds of Love, these songs have this very pounding sort of percussion that drives them along, similar to like the huge breakthrough she made with "Sat in Your Lap," the opener off of "The Dreaming," the prior record. Mm-hmm. Just this sort of like maniacal pounding, but on this record, it channels itself into this sort of wave of instrumentation that comes and goes, all anchored on these sort of, I don't know, like central points of her vocal performance. Mm-hmm. And there's so many weird little nuances of
like
her...
Oh, I'm sorry, go on.
No, what were you going to say?
No, I thought you were going to say, like, when people come into the Waking of the Witch and like, wake up. Yeah. I thought you were going to talk about that, sorry.
Yeah, that's a good example. That whole track is pretty terrifying. And the introduction of those really glitchy vocal samples, combined with her vocals, like she's lost in this sea, this wave of nightmares. And the whole concept of that B-side, the Ninth Wave, of someone being lost at sea at night and trying to stay awake. And being in this waking nightmare, you know, and the way that Waking the Witch transitions into the next track with the wake up, child, pay attention,
watching you without me. But knowing that concept going into B-side, the Ninth Wave, it just adds more feeling to the B-side. It adds a lot more depth, and especially the last two songs, Hello Earth and The Morning Fog, knowing that kind of concept that she was aiming for, it just gives it its own story right at the end when she's just singing Hello Earth. Actually, now that I think of it, my favorite song actually is Jig of Life. Because as soon as I'm like, oh my god, this is perfect. Like that's a prime example for a perfect song. But yeah. I love that concept though. It worked perfectly, I thought. So, yeah, Kate Bush, Hounds of Love. Right now I will give it a 4.5 out of 5. But I know with repeat listenings, it will probably be a 5 out of 5. It's just like first listenings, unless it's like I'm blown away and floored, I'm not going to give it a 5.
Yeah,
I'm not blown away yet, but I'm sure with repeat listenings of this and other stuff like The Dreaming and stuff like that,
yeah, I very rarely give anything 5 on first listen, so I can understand that. But it's obviously a 5 for me. It's, you know, right up there with my favorite records. You know.
Oh God, yeah, absolutely.
If not my favorite, you know. It's I don't really have anything to say about it right now because it's just sort of. You know, very near and dear.
Near and dear.
But
have you recommended like a near and dear album, kind of like Hounds of Love with Jarrod? Have you recommended a near and dear?
Have you recommended any like favorite, or have we like heard your favorite albums?
I think you guys have all heard my favorite, like my true favorites.
I'm trying to think. Have you listened to like the Plastic Beach? I know we've ranked our top 5. Have you listened to stuff like the Plastic Beach?
Is that the Gorillaz?
Yeah,
I've heard part of it.
Okay, that and then yeah, that one I don't think you've heard, but the other ones you probably have.
Yeah. Maybe we'll have to do a episode about favorite albums and make each other listen to favorites that they haven't heard.
Breaking them down. Oh man, that's gonna be fun.
I can't wait to hear this album too. I've heard a few of her songs, the very well known ones. Babushka, Wuthering Heights.
Babushka's a long running joke with us. Yeah. Where you guys tell me I should do various states of erotic dance to Babushka.
Usually when he has a few drinks in him. Yeah.
Which I don't object to. It's
a sight to see.
One of my favorite songs.
Yeah.
But,
what's the tune she did with Gabriel?
Oh, I forget the name of it.
Yeah. That's another good one.
I mean, it's a Gabriel tune that Bush is on. It's not a Bush tune.
Well, you know.
It's all right, though.
It's still good, though. Still pretty good. I can't wait to hear it, though.
Yeah, everyone has to listen to Kate Bush.
Yeah. It's very pretty, by the way.
Yeah, and I recommended this because I kept telling Ben, just as a friend, that he has to get into Kate Bush. You have to get into Kate Bush. I gave him all the CDs. He put them all on his computer.
I don't have all of them, but like I have a good.
Well, not all of them. I didn't just say, "Here's the Red Shoes, the one that no one likes. Here, listen to this. It'll get you into her."
Yeah.
No, but I gave you Hounds of Love and The Dreaming, I think, and maybe the first one.
I got it.
But you never did because you were too busy listening to Black Keys.
I know.
I'd call him up, but it's like Friday, 5 o'clock. Ben, what are you doing tonight? Oh, nothing.
Seeing the Black Keys.
Nothing much. Not doing nothing much. Oh yeah. You want to listen to some music or something? Yeah, sure. I'll listen to some music. I'll listen to Milu Goes to College, or I'm probably gonna listen to the Black Keys, brothers. Me and my brothers have been listening to
Brothers.
James Brown and John Coltrane today, but I think we're gonna change it up. We're gonna get a bit of rock and roll and listen to brothers. Well, Ben, how about you listen to Kate Bush? Nah. Black Keys.
That's not rock and roll. That's not rock and roll.
I was trying to think of more things that Ben frequently mispronounces, but the only thing I can think of is Milu Goes to College, which...
I thought it was... Oh, I said Milo like all the time.
No, you said Milo, which it's Milo.
Oh, shit. No.
You said this last episode. It was funny. I didn't correct you, but...
Whoops.
Well, now we're bringing it up. Well,
Anyways.
And now
for something completely different.
Okay, good.
I gotta talk
We're
now.
on top of that. Oh, shit.
You talk about Slaughterhouse.
Yes, Slaughterhouse.
Rap group.
Slaughterhouse was my recommendation from Dan, and Slaughterhouse is a hip-hop supergroup.
What is this?
This was their debut album from 2009.
With Joe Budden, who famously sang Pump, Pump, Pump It Up.
Yeah. It's Crooked Eye, Joe Budden, Joel Ortiz, and Royce the 5'9".
Wow.
Royce the 5'9", yeah.
Which I'm pretty sure the way I said it is the correct way.
Yeah.
So I had never listened to any of these guys before, really.
Yeah.
Never
Except
listened
for
to...
Pump, Pump, Pump It Up.
Okay.
I'm sure you've heard that one.
Want to do it one more time? No.
I don't consider like hearing a song or having heard a song as like listening to. Like listening to is when I like sit down, put it on, listen to it.
Yeah.
And I never sought out any of these guys before. I really don't know anything. And even after listening to this, I really don't know anything about them outside of this project.
Yeah, I don't know.
But this was a highly anticipated supergroup, and they kept... The label kept delaying this release, and the fans were like, "Yo, Royce, you gotta get this LP out on us!" And they were like, "We're doing it, working on it." And they finally released it in 2009, and it's a fun little album. It's a hardcore hip-hop album. The lead-off single and the big hit off this album was this track called The One, with the New Royales singing on the chorus. And that's a really bad song.
Yeah.
It's
That's a really...
I don't really like rap rock usually, and this is like straight up rap rock. Like all the lyrics are bad, like jokes about rock stars, like constantly making reference, like Gene Simmons, Ozzy Osbourne, Paris Hilton, blah blah blah, like all these like pop culture rock and roll references.
Oh.
And the chorus is very, like, I don't know, annoying. I didn't really like that song, but the string of songs leading up to that, the first few songs in the album are really strong.
Sound of.
The first track's awesome.
Yeah.
Kicks it right off.
I like Onslaught 2. That's a great song.
I'm talking about the first track, Dan.
No, I know.
Which is called Sound Off.
Yeah.
Sound of.
And it kicks off with this killer beat, and these four guys just lay out these sizable verses, these chunks of wordplay. And, you know, in terms of lyrics, I'm going to say this record is really nothing special at all. But these guys are good rappers.
Yeah.
So they sell it. They sell the cliche. They sell the, like, melodramatics of it. It comes across as cool because most of the beats are well put together and they just know how to spit.
Mm-hmm.
This opening track was probably my favorite track. It just... good, like it was 6 minutes and it didn't lose me, and just seeing all these guys' personalities come through was a strong opening. And the next track, Lyrical Murderers, was a really good one too. Just like a good follow-up where it's just like, no, we still got it. With Lyrical Murderers, we're coming at you. You know, it's very... The one thing about this record is so like standard hip-hop. It takes no risks. But sometimes it pays off and sometimes it doesn't. For example, Lyrical Murderers is sort of a cliche in and of itself, but it works. The next song, Microphone, is a cliche in and of itself. And the beat's okay, but the lyrics are just like... Oh, if I have not heard this a million times. Like, I came out of the womb with the microphone. Can't get off my microphone. Yo, I'm a rapper. I say things about rap things. Yo, I'm the best in the town. Something about oral sex. And it's like, yeah, I know.
I come from New York with a Yankees hat. Yeah, okay, we got it.
Like, it's one thing when LP says, I wouldn't come out of the womb without some Yankees and some fresh kicks.
Okay, good, you got that.
But when these guys are just like, I'm the best on the microphone. Nobody can touch me on the mic. I'm like, it's a little bit better than that. But
yeah,
it's just, I'm like, I don't need to. But the song works, I guess. But I think those first few tracks like are the strongest, like in terms of just like get my blood pumping, get me into it.
Mm-hmm.
The album loses it a bit after that when the one hits because I didn't really like that track. Then we have like a skit that sort of dead air. Then this track Cuckoo that just I don't know what to say about that.
Yeah,
the hook on that is pretty whack.
Half past the clock. Cuckoo.
It's wiggity whack.
Sorry, had to.
Yeah. We gotta talk about what we're actually talking about.
I know.
And then you have another skit, and Onslaught 2, yeah, that's a cool little track. But then another skit. It's like the album just in the middle loses itself.
Yeah.
And gets bogged down in just the semantics of like, guess we gotta have a goofy skit now. Guess we gotta have another track where we talk about how badass we are because we didn't prove it on that actual first badass track.
And talk about how much
That's
we
the thing
love
about
Oral
it.
Six.
It's like that first track is so badass. I'm like, okay, you've proved yourself. Now try something different. Like, I know you guys can spit with the best of them. I know you guys can lay out like that classic trap beat and give those nasty verses where you just like,
Yeah.
Yo, we're here.
yo, I get it. So do something a little different. I guess with something like Cuckoo, that's what they tried, but I guess it just doesn't work. But I at least give them the credit of trying. But and then the album picks up a bit towards the end. Raindrops is a cool little track, and the last track, Killers, is cool. But it doesn't really pick up that momentum and get back to the place it was at the very beginning. And at the beginning, I was like, damn, Dan recommended me a tight one this time. Like, I was even optimistic with the 15-track runtime here in that first track. I was like, this shit is tight. But, you know, lost me a little in the middle, and I found it hard to get back into it.
Okay.
But,
I do agree with you. It is a little one-sided. But yeah, like you said, highly, you know, like there was a lot of build-up for this supergroup.
yeah.
Why was there so much build-up?
Well, because
They're just popular guys.
Big
Names.
big names in
okay.
rap.
Oh, okay.
They have a lot of feuds with like Wu-Tang and stuff.
Oh,
Like
I was actually going to compare this to the Wu-Tang first album, which
no,
isn't fair at all.
yeah, I was gonna say.
Isn't
wait a
fair
minute.
at all. But I will say, for like a group of guys, this one doesn't have the interplay between the guys.
No.
It's one guy does a verse, another guy does a verse, third guy does a verse, fourth guy does a verse.
Yeah. Like there isn't as much
Track
rapport as like
There's no back and forth.
Yeah.
There's no, rap battle type track. It's straightforward, just guys laying down verse. And it's that lack of creativity that doesn't allow me to continually appreciate their good spitting throughout. Because they're really good rappers. But the fact that they didn't channel it into a more like creative structure or context, it makes it feel a bit overloaded for like the nearly hour-long runtime. And on the tracks that have the weaker beats or the kind of cheesy hooks. So the tracks that have the good hooks and the sweet beats like work.
Yeah.
the ones that the hook is a little and the beat's a little cliche, and the just what the song's about, the theme is a little cliche. It just fails to get my interest.
Okay.
But it at least sparked me enough that I'd be interested in checking out maybe these guys' most acclaimed solo projects. So I might try that out.
Yeah.
But I'd give it like a strong 3.
Oh, okay.
It was a fun little record. I guess it was
Quick little ditty.
It was, well, it wasn't quick, but it was nice to listen to.
Yeah.
You know, if you're into hardcore hip hop with a bit of a pop flavoring to it, wasn't like.
Yeah.
But had enough blunders that it didn't like rise out of the mold of just the traditional like hip hop of this era.
Yeah.
But thank you for the recommendation, and I did enjoy it.
Yeah. So yeah, that's Slaughterhouse. With their famous song, Up All Night, Sleep All Day.
I thought you were going to say Pump It Again.
Oh, that's Slaughter. I got Slaughter and Slaughterhouse mixed up.
No, you didn't. You're trying to be funny. Do you have any last thoughts about this record?
No, I think, yeah, like Jarrod said, if you like, kind of, they were big out of the underground kind of scene. So, yeah, I mean, if you like Joe Budden or Royce da 5'9", definitely give it a listen. So, I believe I'm up next.
You are.
Yeah.
With Toots and the Maytals.
Which was your recommendation from
Jarrod.
It's just like a really cool album.
Funky Kingston is the name of the album.
And we're talking about the U.S. release from
Yep.
75.
Yes.
Because there's a Jamaican release from 73 that's got a slightly different track listing.
I believe I listened to the one from 73.
Yes, you did.
Because it was on YouTube. Whatever one was on YouTube.
Yes, you listened to... Yeah.
Very, very good album. Very strong album. I didn't really know too much about reggae before listening. I mean, I knew... Honestly, the most I knew from reggae was people like, obviously, Bob Marley and UB40 and Peter Tosh. I didn't really know much other than that. They do some cool little covers. They do a nice cover of Louie, Louie. Oh, man, we gotta go. And they do a Marley song, the Redemption song, on there. Yeah, the originals were very strong. It's it's more of a band feel rather than a lot of the Marley songs are just him with an acoustic guitar. And I liked the spontaneity of the band. I thought they had a really tight sound. It's a timeless record. It didn't sound that dated to me. I mean, like, you can tell it's from the 70s, but it still sounds like very fresh now, I would say. Yeah, I would give it a 4 out of 5. I was very impressed.
Yeah, it's a really good record, and it's like a good introduction to reggae.
Yeah,
I think, because it has a bit more pop flavor than some of the other classics in the genre. Mm-hmm. Like something like this, or like a reggae, a Marley album like Exodus or Catch a Fire. Like that's like good introduction to the genre. Yeah, I'm into like a lot of like dub reggae and stuff, and like other than that, like Toots is my favorite.
Yeah, I was very
impressed. I just really like his vocals, and the fun-loving atmosphere, the like warmth of it. It's very like positive, like overwhelmingly so, and that shines through on this record really great. I love the track "In the Dark," which is on here, and also the album of its name. Like this track listing on the U.S. release is sort of a culmination of the original Funky Kingstown record and In the Dark, which is another record that came out just after. Yeah. And it's it flows really well. Yeah. And it just and
like when I was listening to it, I kind of felt like I could picture them like outside, like in like on a beach type kind of atmosphere, just kind of playing their tunes, and yeah. It really captivated me. It was a very compelling album. I definitely recommend it.
Yeah, I agree.
It's very
really fun stuff.
These sound like a group of guys that I could definitely get into.
You would dig them, Ben.
Yeah, you would really like this, Ben.
You wouldn't just like them. You would dig them.
You would dig it.
Dig them. Well, I'm looking at the album cover right now, and they look like some
very positive,
pretty chill guys. They got a lot of stuff out. It looks like.
Oh yeah, these guys are huge. A huge reggae group. One of the greats.
Indeed.
and one of my favorites in the genre.
4 out of 5, my friend.
Yeah, when I can.
Very good.
When I can, I'll definitely throw these guys on.
It's a fun listen.
Yeah,
It's a fun
it seems
listen,
like
and
it.
it has a good variety of upbeat songs, and ballads, and
Some cool covers.
and I don't know. The original songs are so well put together.
Yeah.
Too, and
Wide variety.
beautiful melodies.
Good harmonies.
Yeah,
Awesome.
just like good vibes all around.
And that's what you want to hear from a reggae thing like that. You want
Yeah, I either want
the
from a
good
reggae, from a non-dub reggae album, I want to hear really good vibes or like hard-hitting social commentary.
Yep.
And this fills that good. Like this is the ultimate good vibes reggae album.
Nice.
Yeah.
It just looks it,
Toots and the Maytals.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Funky
Sure.
Kingston.
But
Good stuff.
if you guys want to move on,
We'll
Yeah,
move on to
we can go to Ben. with
Benjamino's.
his record from Dan.
Yeah. Let's do this thing. Okay. So you thought mine was bland? I also thought the firm was bland.
You did?
Yeah.
You guys recommend bland stuff to
Yeah,
each other.
apparently. Hey, what I get you I give you a right heap last
Oh,
episode.
Uriah Heep is the opposite
That's
of
not
Yeah,
bland.
that's
Even if you hate it, you can't admit
that
you
is
say
so
it's
not
bland.
that is so not bland. Okay.
You liked Butterfield too.
Oh yeah. Sorry. I didn't even think of him. So
Just an off week, I suppose.
apparently between us two. Oh man. I know where you live, by the way. So here's the thing.
Wait, you know where he lives?
Yeah, we live like right next to each other. By the way.
That
You got
changes
Paul
everything.
Rogers, and you got Jimmy Page together. Pretty cool, Like when you hear them, I'm sure when they were around, when you heard, Jimmy
Lead
Page.
singer of Bad Company.
Yeah,
Paul
sorry.
Rogers.
When
I
you
know
hear
him more
him-
for his work in Queen.
And Free. Oh,
God.
and Free. He was the lead singer in Free.
Yeah.
Yep,
Free.
that too.
Honestly, if you don't know who Jimmy Page is, just walk out.
And
well, don't be rude now.
Just walk out.
And Jimmy Page was part of Aerosmith. But, like, you look at the...
He worked with David Coverdale.
Yeah.
Snake.
So, here's the thing with the Firm, this whole album. Everything sounds so basic. You know what I mean? It's just a very basic album, which some
Like
songs...
pumpkin
it was,
spice latte basic.
Yeah, basically. It was that basic.
Just imagine Jimmy Page like he finishes his violin bow on the
on the
guitar
Les Paul.
solo, puts it down, and he picks up his pumpkin spice latte off of his amp, and he takes a sip of it and he goes, Zeppelin
Basic.
runs on Duncan.
Pure vanilla. That's a 10.
Pure pumpkin, all 9,000 taste buds.
So the first track is fine, kind of get, and then basically from there, that's what you're gonna expect for the rest of the album. It's not.
Did you like Radioactive?
That was okay.
That's the song everyone knows off of this.
Yeah.
The two, not anthems, ballad like things. You've lost that love and feeling and satisfaction guaranteed. Hands down, probably the worst songs on there.
Oh, really?
Like I skipped right over them halfway through. I went back. I was just like, well,
Yeah,
I
they
should
do. They do an interesting cover of "You Lost That Love and Feeling."
I didn't find much flair to that at all. I found it very.
You could say
boring.
that Ben lost that loving feeling listening to.
Yeah.
Whoa, that
You
love and
lost that
feeling.
love and feeling.
It's
But-
gone.
But
Whoa.
but speaking of love, I did like "Someone to Love." I like that one. That they had some alright songs.
Yeah.
I don't know why they would end it with like a 9-minute song.
Yeah.
I was confused by that. Like it wasn't a bad song. It's all right, but I was just confused. I'm like, oh, that's an interesting way to end it. End it all was this little thing. But no, I just didn't find a lot to. I just didn't find a lot of good here. It's just like an okay album. It's
Okay.
one of those albums like they're there. Let's move on. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I'm gonna give this probably a 2.5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair
So
enough.
Yeah,
for
I hadn't heard this album in probably like 6 or 7 years. So before we did the show, when Ben and I were hanging out, I put it on. I was
Yeah,
just like, I want to
first
reacquaint
song.
myself with this, so maybe I'll, have something to say.
Did you not like it?
And I put it on, And
we started watching Tom Cruise. The
And-
Firm. It was weird.
yeah, and I was like, this is not how I
Yeah,
remember.
I had to tell Jarrod that. That
and then I
wasn't
said,
a song.
hold on, this has to be wrong. So I took the disc out,
And we started reading.
and then I put in the other Firm disc I had, and then they started rapping. I didn't understand what was happening, and I thought this is not what I remember either.
Sounds like Illmatic.
Yeah, it sounds like that Nays guy,
Yeah.
and
And as.
and then I took it out. Yeah, Nays and As.
What got really confusing was I started reading a book by John Grisham, The Firm. So
Which was sort of like the movie.
Oh my god!
A little bit.
I think they're based on the. I think the movie's based on the book.
I think the book's based on the movie.
Yeah. Oh well.
I think the album's based on the movie that was based on the rap band, the rap group, you know.
Yeah. Wow.
But no, what actually
Deep.
happened is I put it on and we were listening to the first track. I was like, yeah, this is what I remember. And then I just sort of forgot it was on. And then I said, oh, that album's still playing, and I just turned it off.
We watched the cool horror trailer.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, we started talking about, something else.
Yeah.
Silent Hill.
Like, to be honest, I'll probably go back to just real quick, grab like a song or two off of it, listen to it, maybe put it on like one of my radio shows, and just be like, yeah, that was The Firm. Pretty good stuff from the 80s if you like Page. But
Or Paul Rogers.
or Paul Rogers, which I actually like his voice.
I love his voice. Yeah,
I like
he's
his
a great
voice.
singer.
Cool stuff. But yeah, both of us misses this week.
Yeah.
It's a shame. All right, next week.
We'll
challenge.
well, yeah.
This is a challenge, Dan. Next week, we got to go in between. We got to find both pretty good albums.
Okay.
Both of
Why are
us
you
were very
aiming
good.
for something
Let's
pretty
share-
good?
Yeah,
Well,
let's
now,
go
we
for the
went
best
from
we
one
can go.
end. We
Aim
went to
for
the
something
first.
good. Your problem is that you guys recommend albums that you just like okay. You don't recommend albums to each other that you really love.
I really love Brothers, though. I love
Oh,
Brothers.
well, yeah, but that's sort of
Yeah, well,
opinion you
I
have
have a
that's
problem.
wrong.
I have a problem.
That's why we're here.
Like you gotta have conviction in your recommendations.
I mean,
I
I
got
like
conviction.
the Firm songs. And
Yeah.
I kind of thought, because I know you're a fan of stuff that Page has done and stuff that Paul Rogers has done. I thought had you heard like any of those songs? But like, had you heard Radioactive like on the radio or any of those songs?
I feel like I have. I feel like one, maybe two of them, just real quick,
Yeah.
and I didn't realize it was.
Do you
them.
like the Imagine Dragons Radioactive better than that Radioactive?
Nope.
Okay, thank God.
no.
Nope.
Because I actually that's a good song, Radioactive. I can dig it.
Wait, which one?
No, the Firms.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I think it's a pretty
Nas
solid
had a
album.
great verse on that.
But
Nas had a great verse on that.
Yeah.
Really
Yeah.
great verse.
John Grisham wrote some really good,
Really
dope,
good
really dope prose.
Have you heard?
But if
John
you guys
Grisham
like
rap?
stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
But if you guys like, stuff like, anything with Jimmy Page or
Bad Company.
Bad Company.
I feel like if you like Bad Company, you'll probably give The Firm a shot.
Yeah,
So
Yeah, it's
That's my
more
thing.
for Bad Company fans than Led Zeppelin fans.
I agree.
Definitely.
Definitely.
Sounds way more like Bad Company.
Yeah, I
definitely.
agree. Moving right along.
Moving right on.
Yeah, this is our last record, and it's the record I got recommended, and
Say the same again.
Hozier?
Hozier. I always want to say like Hozier or something.
No, you're thinking of Hoosiers.
The
which is a
movie,
film.
yeah, the movie with
Which
Gene
is
Hackman.
going on Netflix this month. What up?
And
Can't wait to watch that again.
this is Hozier
Self-titled.
by Hozier, with the record Hozier. He's from Ireland. He's
Who calls her that?
Produced by Hozier.
Who calls her that?
Coles are there. He was born in 1990, so he's a young guy. He's our age,
Really?
more or less.
Yeah.
And
Oh yeah, 1990.
so I had heard the first song on this album, which is called "Take Me to the Church."
Strong one.
Good song.
Yep.
I liked it. I don't really have anything to say about it.
Okay.
It's kind of sappy, but it's good.
I like it. Yeah.
Ben,
Uh-oh. Did I miss on both of you?
this is the second part of your intervention.
Oh God. Oh, come on. Yeah, I'm not recommending.
We care about
anything
you.
new.
We care about you a lot.
Oh God. I'm pulling out the guns next week. Well, maybe.
But this was Let me tell you about this.
You didn't like his voice, or like you didn't like his instrumentation of sorts. What?
You can tell this devastates Jarrod.
This devastates me a little bit. I thought you might have liked this one. I didn't think you would actually find it this bad. I thought you would find it good. Maybe not great, but I think it's really good. Defend yourself, man.
Excuse me?
Defend yourself. What don't you
This
like
was Hozier. The debut album by Hozier.
What kind of genre?
This is from 2014.
It's like it was released. Chamber pop.
It was released
Chamber
on
blues.
September 19th of 2014,
Mm-hmm.
which is September. Back to school season.
Yep.
Go back to school with your Walkman. You pop in the new Hozier disc. You're all excited.
Carry the boombox down campus.
Take me to the church. It's not an upbeat song, but you're feeling upbeat.
Like, I'm gonna be good in this class this semester. I'm gonna do good.
I'm gonna do a great job this year. And the first day of school was pretty good. You made a new friend.
Yeah.
He's a little weird.
Aww.
He seems a little dour. But he invited you to go skating after school. Skating down by the skate park.
Oh gosh.
Hope he's not into any of that street art stuff. Because I don't want to get in trouble this year. I want to get good grades and just be safe this year. But he seems like a nice guy. But as the school year went on, I noticed that he was fucking boring as shit. And he'd never do anything but sit around and mope while he listened to Grace by Jeff Buckley. Okay. Here's the lowdown. Here's the lowdown on the go down.
On the go down about the mopes and the
Dan has given up by this point. Dan is lying on my bed and trying to end it all. And by end it, I mean the podcast.
No.
But the podcast marches on. Listen, okay. Now, if I was a 22-year-old, white girl who grew up in, Pinnicowanku, Pennsylvania.
That's my favorite place.
And went to a boarding school and, had never heard Illmatic, maybe I'd like this.
Aww.
I could listen to it. I could listen to it on my iPhone 5S, 4G, LGE, LTE while waiting in line at Starbucks for my latte. But
for your macchiato.
I don't know. I sat down at my desk and put it on and was like, what am I doing with my life?
So you said mopey. You found a mopey?
I found it mopey, not by individual moments, but the fact that every song was a dirge, dirge-like. Other than a few, I don't know. He tries to experiment with introducing blues elements to it, which I don't know. It's like some young white Irish guy doing blues. I'm you ain't no Roy Gallagher, son.
Yeah, I thought he pulled that off pretty well though.
I've got the blues in me lucky charms.
Oh god.
It was and my soul is aching soul. Soul is aching for you.
Where's the whiskey?
Oh, soul is aching. I'm oh, come on.
Because what I
Pick yourself up again, man. Dust yourself off, laddie.
Yeah.
Start all over again.
What I like, what I like about this album, it sounds like he put.
Do tell.
He put a good amount of soul and heart into this album. I feel like there's some kind of not deep meaning to the songs, but there is a bit of him in all these songs. Okay, I know it sounds mopey and whatnot, and I'm bit too what am I looking for? Over dramatic.
Excuse me? Were you talking?
But yes, I was talking.
I'm sorry.
I like Take Me to the Church. I like Jackie and Wilson. I like work songs.
Jackie Wilson is on it?
Jackie and and Wilson.
Oh.
And.
Get it?
But
Well, they're...
I didn't like the track with the female vocalist.
in a week, nah, that one, not a lot of people do it.
I didn't like
actually.
that it was an hour long. A lot of these albums that are an hour long are just like, couldn't cut it back to 42 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel the same.
Like, did there have to be 15 songs on Brother? Did there have to be
No,
13 songs on Hozier?
Yeah, probably not.
Why is it called Hozier? I just came away from it, like, having gained nothing.
Okay. Alright,
It was... Like, I was trying to give it the benefit of the doubt at the beginning. I liked the first song, and the songs after that I was like, oh, this is... You know... not hurting me. And it just sort of kept going. And kept going. I mean, I'm gonna admit it. Like, after the 5th or 6th song, I stopped dedicating attention to it. It was just sort of on. And I was sitting there.
Mhm.
I was in the same room. I can't even really say I was listening. I heard
Singer
it.
Miss Hozier. But
I don't know. I don't want to be mean,
Yeah.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
but I have to be honest. And
Don't
it was just
be
like a
honest.
slog.
It's
It
fine.
really
I don't
was a
care.
slog.
What would you give it as a rating?
I don't know, like a 2.
I give this a 4. I don't know. Yeah, he plays it safe in the album, but I think everything could, like, what he constructed was very, very good. Everything, for me, everything fit pretty well. That one was the female vocalist, Karen.
Yeah, it
Callie.
fit very well,
Not good,
but it
not
fit
good.
very well into rhythms that were going so slowly, and
I don't know. I feel like he just
it never changed, and like just all the songs were like a minute and a half too long, and everything was like
It is too long. I will give you that. Like the album itself, it shouldn't be like an hour. It should be about 40, maybe probably 40 minutes. But I mean, I don't know. Like
if it was
as a
like
debut,
35 minutes, maybe it could have been a neat little album.
Yeah, but because there's just it's an
It was
hour
just
long.
too much of the same, and it wasn't like something I was wicked into, so I just got so bored.
Yeah,
I feel like
yeah.
I'm being like one of those people who
A douche!
who gets bored at things.
Oh, it's okay.
But
I know,
got
I feel this.
because like usually I got bored, or like it was boring
Mhm.
is like attributed to things that actually aren't boring at all. It's
Mhm.
like, oh, I watched There Will Be Blood. It was really boring and slow. It's like, what are
That's-
you, fucking idiot?
Yeah,
But it's like,
that's not
I
boring
don't know.
at
I
all.
just found this very boring and slow. And I like boring and slow music. Honestly, I
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, I
I
do
can
too.
listen to like
That's
2
why
hours of Stars of the Lid, but like this
that's
was
why
like
I like
torturous.
I like the slow boring stuff. That was good to me. That sounded really, really nice. It was calming. It was relaxing. I know I keep using that word a lot, but I just like listening to music just to relax. And this is, for me, this is an album that I can just sit back with a bunch of friends and just relax with, have that on in the background. Okay, maybe not this, but something a bit more upbeat
I
that
don't know.
they can
It
actually
was.
hear
It was. I like slow, boring music. Like honestly, I don't think boring just means bad. Like I use
No, boring's not bad.
Boring's not bad, but
Like for me, I mean, horse racing is boring, but that in it is bad.
what does that fucking have to do with it?
Well, I'm just saying, as like an example.
bad. I don't know what to do.
My brothers took me to the horse racing. Okay, I'm sorry.
The name of the album is Brothers.
Yeah.
It's an album by the Black Keys.
It's what it says. On
He
the
didn't
album
like his
cover.
electric guitar at first either.
I love. Oh well. Oh shucks. You didn't like Brothers. You
I
didn't
don't know.
like
I don't even have
Hozier?
anything.
You
to-
didn't like the firm?
I don't even have
Well,
anything.
not a lot.
I don't even have anything. I don't even have anything to say about this Hozier record because I wasn't taking notes when I listened to it, and I wanted to go back and take notes, but I didn't want to go back because I want to listen to it again.
It was one of those things where you just. It's like, nah, I don't feel like.
I just
listening.
didn't like it.
It's okay. It's okay.
You gotta step it up, Ben.
Console
I know.
me.
Next
You gotta
week.
step it up.
Someone give me a hug.
Oh no.
Come here.
He actually,
here.
he's hugging. He's hugging. Well, I hope
Oh shit.
our next recommendations don't do this to my co-hosts. Sorry.
All right.
Is that
Next
weird?
week, Ben, you have to listen to Nicki Minaj, the Pink Print.
Fuck.
Is that the one with the ass?
Anaconda.
Isn't that all of them?
Yeah, no,
So
but
that
isn't
is
that
all
the
of them.
cover? Yeah, that's true.
Next week,
Isn't that
next
the one?
week, everyone's listening to. We're all gonna listen to a different Limp Bizkit album.
Hey, I've already
And,
heard their stuff.
We're gonna
'Cause I did it all
the
for
whole record.
The Nookie. Yes.
That's one song.
I know.
You have not heard the entirety of Chocolate Starfish and the
I
hot
think I
dog
have.
flavored water.
Listen, next week, in the background of the episode, we're going to put on Kenny Rogers, The Gambler, and you are all going to listen to it.
We're gonna play it on repeat.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be a soft undercurrent of the entire episode.
Yep, and you all have to sit through while you listen to
And
our
occasionally
intellectual talks.
Intellectual buffoonery.
Yeah,
And
thank
occasionally I'll stop the episode and go, shh, shh, listen.
Listen.
Anyway,
No room to run.
Limp Bizkit.
Limp Bizkit.
Keep rolling, rolling, rolling.
Fredman
rolling,
front
rolling.
dirt.
Fred Durst.
I said Fredman front Durst.
We're tired.
Hozier was an album by Hozier. It was released in September 2014.
2 days before my dad's birthday.
And I've actually never heard it, so I don't know. I can't say anything bad about it until I've heard it. Anyway,
Well,
no,
Give
I
the albums
actually
a
heard
chance.
it. I actually heard it.
give
I know you
give
did.
the albums a chance out there. Who knows? You may like
Yeah.
this stuff. You may like Brothers
Yeah. You may
And
like
the,
Hozier.
and Hozier,
I will always fuck
Exposure.
And the random album of the week is David Bowie, Hunky Dory.
this. Oh, good. Wow. You
Hunky Dorky.
You honestly read my mind.
Honey Dorky.
David Bowie,
Hunky
Honey Dorky. Featuring the hit single
Chances.
Queen Bitch.
Yes, and Chances.
So as a quick
Chances. Hunky Dory by David Bowie is the random album of the week.
and as a quick roundup, my recommendations: The Firm from Dan, quick 2.5. Hounds of Love from Jarrod, 4.5. Jarrod, your ratings?
I got Slaughterhouse by Slaughterhouse, which was a good little record I'd recommend, and to fans of that genre. And then I listened to something else. I forgot what. I think it was Hozier, the debut album by Hozier,
Yeah.
which came out in September 2014
Yeah.
and featured the hit single "Take Me to the Church."
Yeah. I got Uncles by the White Keys.
Fuck.
No, Brothers by the Black Keys.
By the whole piano.
Yeah, exactly. And that was 2.5. And I got Toots and the Maytals, Funky Kingston, which is a solid 4.
Nice.
Solid
4.
4.
Different week here.
This was rough. This was a rough week, guys.
We'll get through it.
We're going to have a marketing meeting
Yeah, we are.
and discuss our
meet at-
direction with the show.
Meet at the firm, please.
Meet at the
You know
firm
what firm I'm talking
And
about,
bring
brothers.
all your Hoziers.
And your brother.
Remember, the Hounds of Love will be at the front of the
Shut
firm.
the fuck up.
Because we could go on. and
I am
on.
going to hit you.
I know you are. Oh, God. Oh. Stop.
Don't you ever recommend me something I don't like again.
I'm trying not to cry.
My taste is the definition of good taste. Anyway,
Enjoy your week.
yeah,
Happy New Year.
Enjoy your week. And
Yeah.
We'll be back.
if you think that your husband is cheating on you, do not pretend to be a woman named Babushka and send him letters that he will receive with a strange delight, because it won't turn out well, and you'll wind up in a Waffle Hut throwing cutlery, not bottles and cutlery, but cutlery and plates at him, and you'll hear that wonderful little fairy
Cutlery?
glass smash. Cutlery.
Cutlery.
Thought we weren't going to discuss my latest debacle, but apparently we are.
So Hozier by Hozier.
Bye.